Peak Trust Company is a amalgamation of many great individuals, starting from the original founders and kind of the architects of the idea behind Peak Trust Company and the Alaska Trust Act.
The vision was to be a premier provider of trust services that also was able to do sophisticated trust administration for high net worth clients and also Alaska clients, because we felt that they were not being adequately served, being able to bring them kind of state-of-the-art financial planning opportunities.
The goal was to provide clients with greater options and flexibility than what was previously allowed, whether that was allowed under state law. With the passage of the Alaska Trust Act, there were very unique planning opportunities that you could perform under Alaska law that you couldn't in any other of the 49 states. So there's opportunities there, or flexibility. There's also flexibility in the service model that Peak Trust Company helped to start for trust services. Prior to Peak, there was the traditional big bank model where the bank did everything. And they were pretty rigid, pretty antiquated in many ways in how they approached the client service model. And once they were ingrained in the relationship, it was very difficult to get them out. What Alaska Trust Company helped bring to the marketplace was the ability for clients to pick from a full menu of options, but only pick what they needed or wanted. And that can change over time. They can say, today I only need one or two things. Tomorrow I might need everything. And that ability or desire to bring options and flexibility to the client experience is part of Peak's DNA today. The philosophy for how Peak operates is to build trust through the relentless pursuit of excellence. Excellence in everything we do. Of course, the first thing that might come to mind is our core service offering, trust management and administration. But it goes far beyond that. Excellence in every facet of operation. It's also the philosophy of getting to yes, baked into the organization is a desire to provide options and flexibility, but also behind that, ways to get to yes, ways to achieve what the client is ultimately looking for. And maybe we need to get from A to C. And the logical answer would say to go from A to B to C. Maybe we can't do that. Maybe we need to go from A to E, back to D, and then to C. But always striving to get to yes for our clients and for practitioners in this space is probably the best way I can summarize Peak's philosophy and how we operate. Peak's value proposition is to provide access to experts in this industry, in the fiduciary world, and to help clients and practitioners efficiently establish trust for their clients and to provide easy to use ongoing administration. We, as I mentioned, have a dedicated focus to fiduciary services. So we don't have that, kind of big bank mentality. Everything that we do is designed around trust services. The processes or procedures, our value proposition is all designed around the fiduciary world. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to provide clients with everything they could want, but only what they need. I think there's an art. There's definitely an art, maybe a little bit of science, but mostly art to the growth and evolution of a company. A company has to grow and evolve to change, or it will die. At the same point, it needs to always retain what is sacred, what makes it unique in its offering, unique in the crowded space of competition, what makes it unique from an employment standpoint, what makes the organization a place where people will dedicate energy and time of their lives and coming to work every day. that's the art. The pieces that Peak needs to hold sacred are really the core values that we need to continue to push for options and flexibility for clients. We need to continue to do what's right and not what's easy. We need to continue to deliver on our value proposition, on the service standards that we set for ourselves and our clients, for the experience that we provide to team members that work here. The future of Peak is evolution, which has a component of change. It's not change for change's sake. It's not change in the way that we violate the core values of the organization. The future of Peak is the team. If you strip the organization of the team members, you have a shell. You've got nothing. And I think that's what is very energizing and exciting from my perspective. Is I genuinely believe the organization has the best team it's ever had. We are here as your guide to help navigate the fiduciary world. And part of the probate code of Alaska expressly states that a personal representative or a trustee shall discover and make effective the grantor's intent. And I think that's a really good way to summarize what I would want a client to know, is that we are here to help you. We're here to help discover and make effective your intent, your goals, your wishes. And this team is dedicated to not only fiduciary services, but to excellence. We understand the weight of the decision to recommend a trustee. When a client goes through, or when an individual or family goes through an estate planning process, specifically a trust planning process, one of the most difficult decisions, and in many ways I would argue the most difficult decision, is who will be the trustee? Who is responsible for carrying out your wishes? Your wishes that govern how your life's work is ultimately managed and distributed, and who it benefits. It's I would argue the most significant decision made. And when an attorney or referral source recommends a corporate trustee or recommends Peak, they are putting their reputation with that client on the line. And we recognize the weight of that decision for them and what this means for their client that they're representing. And we will do everything that we can to ensure that we understand the client's goals and wishes and that those are carried out. You won't be disappointed. A core value of the organization is that we never fail to deliver, and that we will always get to yes. We will do what's right and not what's easy. So I can't guarantee perfection. I can guarantee a team that will problem solve any scenario that comes up, and will strive every day to provide you with excellent service. If you want to work with a team that is driven by the pursuit of excellence, and if you want a team that will drive you individually in the pursuit of excellence, this is the right place.